We're spicing it up a little bit today. This is for our dearest, get it, friends. So,
love it.
So this is Darla and Susan, and we are the KCRE
Factors.
Factors. Yes! We should have confetti or something. I don't know what.
I want to pull that thing and confetti come flying out.
We should do that.
I love
what
that.
are those pop things that we do? Like
for
do you have
closings.
fireworks. We should always keep our fireworks stuff because then you can just do that. Psh.
Yeah.
All right, when we have a little bit more time and money, we'll start incorporating all this fun stuff. So we wanted to do something just fun for the holiday season.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do. I mean, we're like, can you guys tell what we are? Do you understand? These are antlers. Because I have multiple personalities. Because I'm the elf with the antlers, but you're the joyful.
I'm the
and you
joyful
have ears that are adorable.
Thank you. I like your
love-
ears too.
Oh, thank you, honey. Hey, did you guys know what we did last night? We went to the pop-up bar. And then we came back and recorded this session. We're just kidding.
Oh my gosh, I love it. She's so funny. We may
Okay,
have.
so here's what we're talking about today. We thought it'd be really fun during the holiday season is to talk about roofs. So you guys know that during this season, I mean, your kids know this, right? That there's going to be a lot of activity on your roof during this season.
Lots of weight.
Oh, and weight. And I mean, think of just the hooves and all of that and then Santa. And so whatever you do for Christmas, we obviously need to talk a little bit about the roof. So we're going to plug a couple of vendors, and I'm going to ask you guys straight away that if you have a roofing company that you have had recently do any repairs or re-roofing, we take our clients' referrals because they're not our people that we use. We don't necessarily recommend. I want to cover that for a second. That's a great thought.
Okay.
So you know how a lot of times, like with lenders or with vendors that we have, we get introduced to all kinds of people in the industry. We learn and know who is good, but we learn because our clients have used them.
Yes.
So we always say we take our clients' recommendations. Think about how many clients go like, oh my gosh, I loved working with this lender. Plus, we work with them, so we know. But we would love to know your recommendations. We want the guy that did a great job. We want the person that went beyond the call of duty. We want the person that was authentic and really honest about all of the work that was done. And if there's somebody great like that, you guys can give us a message. You can message us. You can put it down below in the comments. And something else that we're going to add. We need you guys out there to subscribe, like, and share, okay? Don't forget to do that for us. Yeah, there's a little bell. It's like ring the bell. Okay, so let's talk about roofs. Dear are going to share what we have found out about roofs during the Christmas holiday season. So here's the whole focus on roofs. We know that there's a lot going on out there. When you sell a house, there's always the repairs, but we're talking about the big ticket items, right? HVAC, the roofs, the foundation, these are the bigger ticket items. And a lot of times they can sometimes make or break a deal. Yeah. And so we just wanted to have fun with it because it's Christmas, but truly we want to know that your roof is in good condition. If you're getting ready to list, and if you're a buyer, you're going to know what to do per your agent. Okay, so then let's talk about the next thing that's associated with roofs, which is just the condition of your roof. We know the roof covers the rest of the house, right? So if you want to have any kind of like, at the last moment, right before you're listing, and you begin to realize, gee, there was this water leak. So that's how important keeping and maintaining your roof is, right? That it can be seen. We can't climb up on the roof with our clients, but what's on the inside of the ceilings on the other side tells the story, and we don't miss those things. So the other thing is chimneys. Yay. Chimneys are important during this season. I mean, if you are the Santa believer, where's that guy going to get in, right? I mean, really, truly, people, we need to make sure. When was the last time you had a swimney cheap? A swimney cheap.
Or that.
Back to the pop-up bar. Just kidding. Okay. So when was the last time you had a chimney sweep? And there's some really great companies out there. Inspections, getting it cleaned. It's the season. So we're just going to give a shout out to that as well. That's another thing you want to do before you light the fire, especially if you're wood burning. Those really do need to be. And it's just something that when you don't see, it's kind of like out of mind, out of sight, out of mind. But check into that and get that done. We have companies for that as well. And then the other thing I'm going to touch base on, which is attached to the roof, are the gutters. I don't know that I mean, I've owned a home since I was in my 20s. Way back at the beginning, I only rented for 1 year when I first got married. We rented for 1 year, saved up, put ourselves into a position for buying, and then we bought. But I would have to say it wasn't until I really became a real estate agent and I saw this repeated over and over and over and over, that one of the lesser expensive items on your home are the gutters. But the gutters play a huge role.
Of problems that could happen down the road.
Oh my gosh, of high-end price tag fixes. And I just don't think people really understand. If I say something about the exterior of the house, it is more about the gutters than anything else. And it almost seemed like this last season that we came through in selling, there were so many foundation issues. I literally was about 50% of the houses that I was either taking my buyers to or something we were going to list that were like, there's a foundation issue.
Why do you think that is?
Why do you think that is? So if the gutters are not clogged, first of all, clean the gutters. If you want to put leaf guards on, they really do save on all of that. You still have to go underneath and get the sludge out. But when you have a clogged gutter, like let's just say it's at the downspout, right? And it's clogged there. This just happened to me the other day. And when I say the other day, it could be 2 or 3 months ago, but it just happened to me. We were having torrential rainfalls. And I was looking out my kitchen window and I saw that over the top of the gutter, it was like literally just flowing over. And I was like, it was fall.
That's not good.
That's not good. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm responsible. So if this happens to a real estate agent who's watching these things, it can happen like that. So whatever was on the roof, the hard torrential rain cleaned the roof. So there was more sludge and then there were leaves and it promptly clogged right at the opening. So then it fills up and is spilling over. So where does all of that water go? Directly down, right, which for me in this case was right next to my window well. Never have I ever had a water issue in my basement. Never have I ever had a leak. But we got 6 inches, I think, in like an hour and a half to 2 hours. It was just before the fall moved in and it was a major downpour.
Yeah.
And so what happened, I didn't expect it. I left that day. I'm doing business. I'm showing property. I come home and my basement has water in it.
Oh no.
It was at the window well. And so I think the window well actually filled with water. So now we have the hydrostatic pressure in the window well, not to mention what's seeping into the ground directly there because my gutter wasn't taking it, which goes underground and spits it out by my drive and removes it from the house.
Foundation issues.
And there's foundation and water seepage and whatever else.
Possibly mold.
And possibly mold or whatever. These were concrete walls, but if I had finished my basement and had sheetrock, it would have been the sheetrock mold problem. So I am saying gutter, 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 gutter. This is a gutter talk. This is a conversation about gutters.
And gutters here.
It's like we're talking
Gutters.
We're in the gutters today. And so, but it's so important.
It is, absolutely.
And I never really realized it till I started buying and selling with my clients and running into how many times did this make a high price tag repair?
Absolutely.
And things that they didn't really see or know because of the gutters. So even though gutters don't cost a lot to replace, they're a lesser expensive item when you talk about the roofing, the shingles, siding, sheetrock, everything downstairs. It's like whatever happens on the interior is going to first happen on the outside.
And that's something that you can do yourself or even contract it out. We have contractors if you need, a referral. We can give you a referral.
I love that you said that because somebody just told me this the other day. Oh my gosh, I love this. I am at a showing and we are looking at a house and next door, the neighbors, and we had talked a little bit because that's something sometimes might happen if a neighbor is out.
Right.
And you ask a neighbor about the neighborhood.
Right.
Something that you might not find on the MLS listing. They're outside. They're coming over and talking to us at the fence, and we're asking a few questions. And this was a female that owned this house, and I absolutely loved what she was doing. I said, "What are you guys doing?" She goes, "Well, fall of the year, getting ready to clear off our leaves and the roof and the gutters."
Nice.
So she took her blower, and she got on her ladder. And I've heard this. I haven't done it myself, and I'm like, why would you not do this?
Right.
They climbed up there, the two girls standing, they were actually having a girl party, I think.
That is
because it just
awesome.
turned into, they were laughing, and I'm standing there, female real estate agent, showing my first home buyers. I'm like, you guys, look what they're doing. So she took the leaf blower up to the roof. You blow it all off. You blow it out of the gutters. So it's not necessarily the same as staying on the ladder and scooping it out or taking the hose, or you can stand from down below and do something that pushes water through.
They actually
but
had
my
fun with
clog
it.
was so compounded that it was literally the sludge. I don't even know that the sprayer would have done it, but she was up there and she blew everything off. And it was just fun to watch. We actually were all
so much
laughing
fun.
about it. She said, no, I do this every season.
I hope they made a
Fastest way.
TikTok out of that, because that
You know
could have
what?
been.
They should have. That would have been a great idea. So anyway.
I love that.
Anything you want to add?
Yeah, so during this time, I want to remind you to make sure that you check your smoke detectors
Oh,
and your carbon monoxide detectors.
Into fall and winter, because our furnaces are running and we have lots of other things happening inside the house. And just do that security check, the battery check, all of that. That's something that you should actually put on your calendar.
Quarterly.
Do they recommend
I'd
it
say
every 6 months?
I don't know.
Or
I
is it
say quarterly.
Okay. All
You
right.
can never
Actually,
be
I don't
too
remember.
safe when it comes to your family.
Okay. Oh,
Right?
yes. Absolutely.
batteries.
Especially with the monoxide.
Yeah.
Um,
And I think, I could be mistaken, but I believe that a lot of fire departments that are locally, you can have them come to your house and they'll do a free inspection.
I love that too.
Yeah, so check in for your city.
Wow. That's a lot of help. So this is for homeowners,
Yes.
buyers, sellers, real estate agents. These are all the things, right? And renters. But it's not the renter's responsibility. It's the owner.
But it is like,
landlord.
I mean, they're like living there though, right?
If they're living there. Okay, so then let's say that. And
I hope your landlords do that
Yes.
for you.
right. And actually, if you are a renter, a lot of times renters don't think, because it's like, this isn't my responsibility. But if you're living in the home and your landlord has not done these checks,
Which
it's
they probably
definitely
don't.
something.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't.
Yeah, they don't care.
So you can bring it to their attention, or maybe run the test yourself, or ask them at least to say, hey, when was the last time all these things were fixed? We're just moving into winter. We want to know that they had been checked, monitored in some way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great idea.
Great
Wow,
advice.
that's a lot of
Yeah.
little,
A lot of tips.
Yep, a lot of tips. So we hope you enjoyed that.
Merry Christmas.